No Hesi, the most popular server on Assetto Corsa. This server is all about cutting through traffic and gaining as much score as possible. Entering the top 500 on the scoreboard will give you the certified driver role. At the time of recording, the top 500th player has a score of 147,639,649. But how hard is this to get? Well, let's find out. Boys, we are back on Assetto Corsa and we are on the No Hesi server. We're currently in the Mitsubishi Evo and we're going to be trying to get as much score as we possibly can. Really just to see how hard it is to get in the top 500 of the certified driver leaderboard, as everyone who is going for highest score will want to hit that top 500 spot to get the certified driver role. Now, I don't expect that I'm going to get anywhere close to it, but I just want to see how hard is this really. As much as I love cutting through traffic, I'm definitely going to go down and say I am not someone who is very skilled at cutting through traffic. I can cut through a decent amount, but no way do I expect to be getting anywhere close to a top 500. I would happily take maybe somewhere like 15,000 would be perfect for me, because there are a lot of people who are on this leaderboard. So getting somewhere in maybe like 10 to 15k I think would be a nice spot for me to get. That is what I'm going to aim for. I'm not entirely sure what the score is for that. Now, is there actually a strategy as well to this, or is it literally just start from the get-go and see how far you can get? Because I know this is a track. I know I've played quite a bit of No Hesi back in the day, and when you get to the two lanes, things become awfully hard. So I'm not entirely sure how I'm actually going to manage to carry a score for the two lane section. It's going to be really interesting. Now, I did do a slight bit of research. So the Mitsubishi Evo apparently is one of the better cars to cut through, and I believe it's a BMW 340i, but I managed to get my hands on the Evo, so I'm going to try and cut through with this, as it seems to have some super solid brakes and overall decent steering. Not entirely sure if it's got a smaller hitbox. It's quite a narrow car, so hopefully I can actually build up a nice score and do this car a solid. But right now, overall, it's going pretty smooth. We're not doing anything too crazy. The best way I think to go about this is just not to floor it too hard. Keep a decent speed, but I'm not entirely sure what I should be doing. Maybe you could barely go above the speed limit. I think you get more points for going faster, which is one thing you should probably be doing, I suppose. Going at a very fast speed will get you more points, but if you want to take it kind of easy, I mean, I think you have a whole hour to get as much score as you can. So you've got 1 hour. You could take it fairly easy and kind of keep in this range that I'm in now. I feel like this is quite a steady range, quite a nice one to stick at and get a fair few points. I'm not entirely sure what the low kind of speed that you can go before you start losing points is, so I'm just going to have to keep it up. We are coming onto the two lane section, which I'm really not looking forward to. We're already at only 300k, and I feel like this is going to be incredibly hard to keep my score here. As we can see now, it's starting to go down my multiplier. This is not good. I need to build up some speed, otherwise I'm going to lose it. We're coming into that two lane, and it's really not looking great here. I've got to try and squeeze my way past. Thankfully, this gap here is open. I'm going to cut down into this two lane section now, which I'm not looking forward to. We had a slight bit of space. That traffic is kind of evened out here, so we actually have a bit of room to cut through. Try not to risk it too much here. Oh, I really wanted to cut through there, but I think I would have clipped that car, although I've just lost my score because I think we was going too slow. I'm not sure I touched anything. I mean, our first run, we got 324k. That's not amazing, considering top 500 places is over 100 million. We haven't even hit a million, which is ridiculous. I'm going to say that was probably a very bad run on my end, so I'm just going to have to keep practicing and getting better and better. But we've started our second run and things are looking fairly promising. We've got a nice little bit of speed here. Now I need to get a bit closer to some cars to get more points. I believe there's three main factors to getting loads of points on this game. One is being close as you can to other cars, so you want to ride the white line in the middle. Two is your speed, which probably isn't as important because obviously you don't want to go too fast and have it out of control, but speed is definitely a key one. And I believe there is a proximity bonus as well, so if you're driving near another player, you get a bonus for that. So if you can convoy with someone, you could probably build up the top 500 score. You're maybe not really quick, but you're definitely going to build it up a lot faster than doing this by yourself. Surely, maybe that is the way people have been getting top 500. You just kind of convoy with another person, build up your score very quickly, and then you can obviously get up to those higher points. And when you start getting up to the higher points, I'm pretty sure your score is just going to start rocketing to get really high. So I'm not entirely sure. I'm not sure I'm going to get there, but it'd be quite interesting to see when you're near those, 50 millions or whatever, how fast your score actually does go up, because you're going to have such a big multiplier. I will say there is definitely something very therapeutic about just cutting through traffic on this game. Granted, I wouldn't want to do this for long periods of time because it would get relatively boring. Even doing this for 1 whole hour, if I didn't crash, probably would get very boring and I would want to stop at some point. But if you are willing to get a top 500 or a high score, I'm sure you're more than happy to sit here for an hour and just do this, because why not? I mean, there's probably people who absolutely love this, and I, love it, but not that much. I'm not dedicated to it as much as that, but it is good fun to cut through traffic. Definitely with friends, it would be a lot more fun. And and we have actually just beat our current personal best. I love the way it starts like daytime, and by the time you've gone through this, it's gone to night. Like, that's how long you've been driving on this. It feels that it just goes, oh, we got a toll booth kind of thing here. I've got to merge with the traffic. I don't want them to do anything crazy. I know they can end up merging into different lanes near that. The toll booths and some other parts of the track do actually have parts where the traffic does like to change lanes, so they can be a little bit scary and definitely things you want to be careful of. Like this two-way section here. We have some AI traffic really close to my side. Oh no, we've lost our score. Damn it. I thought I could squeeze through that. Bro, what is this? Why is my sun so bright? I can't believe this. It's got to be something to do with my PP filter or something. That is some very bright sun and definitely something I did not want to have to deal with. Maybe graphics packs aren't the greatest on this, especially when it's becoming daytime again, because that bright sun definitely almost blew my eyes out. But we have actually gone past our high score again now, so we're doing very, very well. This is what, our third attempt. So in 3 attempts, we've managed to get past all of our scores every single time, which is good. And we've actually managed to get past our score before we even got to the 2-lane section. We've hit our first million as well. I've just noticed that. So thankfully, we actually hit 1 million. I wasn't expecting to get, I mean, I'd like to think I could get 1 million. I don't know what that is on the scoreboard. Now my multiplier seems to be going up quite nicely. The score's ramping up a lot quicker than it has been, which is really good. Nice to see how those multipliers really affect your run. Definitely, if you want to get some big points, you want to keep that multiplier up as high as you can and don't want to be slowing down like this. I've got 1.7 million score now. That's not bad. Hopefully we can hit 2 million, although we've got a bit of congestion here. We've got a Tesla in the way that I really need him to hurry up so I can kind of squeeze through. Don't want to start losing any of that multiplier. I'm going to try and squeeze through here, and thankfully we managed to squeeze through there without touching or, you know, scraping any paint off of each other's cars. This is not good. Thought I was about to rear end in there, but we've managed to save that. The brakes on this Evo are incredible. I can see why people use it for this top 500 run. Oh, I should not have tried to squeeze through that. Now, my 4th and final run actually went really well, apart from the fact that I have no game sound and you can't hear my voice. So I'm currently speaking over my clip as I am on my way to beating my best score. I managed to change my gears into the middle of the screen as well, so I didn't have to look at them too much. And right there, I ended on 2,972,000. Overall, I learned that getting a top score on No Hesi is going to be one hell of a challenge. And is it one I'm willing to take on? Well, you'll have to find out.